Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is this Pennywise inspired look. Fun fact, I actually haven't watched Pennywise ever in my life. So I don't really know what he's about. I think he like eats children or something like that, but I've never actually seen the movie, which I kind of do need to watch it because I know everybody's going to say something in the comments. But that's okay. I will probably watch it sometime soon here. But yeah, I haven't watched it, but this is my little take on Pennywise. If you guys want to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. Alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I'm going to be using the Milk Hydro Primer that I've been using this whole time. And what I like about this is not only is it sticky, but it also fills in my pores. So the paint looks nice and flawless on the skin, so we don't have to worry about all that paint going into our pores. While we let the skin soak that in, we're going to go ahead and start covering our brows. I am going to block them off today. Of course, using the Elmer's glue, and I've had a few people think that your eyebrows are gonna come off if you put this on your eyebrows. All you have to do is wipe them off with a wet towel. It doesn't even have to be hot water or anything. It could be even one of your makeup wipes. That's all you need. This is washable, so don't worry about putting it on your eyebrows. Nothing's going to happen to your eyebrows, I promise. Unless of course you're going on really hard and like scrubbing really hard off. You don't need to do that. It'll come off with water or with a makeup wipe, so don't be scared. Nothing will happen to your brow. And I'm just gonna brush this up like I normally do, so it's laid down and we can block them off. I'll let it sit for like maybe 30 seconds or so before I go in with powder. You can use any translucent powder. You want to make sure that it is translucent, not powder that has color in it, because if it does have a color in it, it's going to come off weird when you're trying to actually block it off with the paint. So don't do a color powder, do a translucent powder. I'm going to be going in with this one. This is the Maron Color Set Powder, and that's what I'm using. If you guys only knew the mess that this room is in right now. It's hard to find anything. It really is a mess. This whole month, everything has just been all over the place. So, just so you know, it is such a mess and so hard to find anything in here. I am going to just use my powder puff here, grab that powder with it, and then pat it in. I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm going to tap it in. It is definitely okay if it falls everywhere else. You just go in there and take it off with the brush. Any brush that you have will work. Don't rub too hard because we don't want to take this off. Obviously, we want to cover those up. And then I just go back in and make sure that you can't feel the ridges of this. So I'm going to go back in with the glue one more time, probably a couple more times actually, just to make sure that they are completely covered. Let it sit for a bit. Gonna go back in with the same powder and do the same thing that I did the first. You guys can see it's definitely covered now. I mean, you can see a little bit of the hairs, but not that much. And if you feel like you have little glue, like you guys can see the little glue right here, you can always go in with a makeup wipe and just remove that glue from that area so it doesn't look funky. For this one, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be super smooth just because it is Pennywise and he has paint all over his face and it's not really like clean, not like he's, you know, super clean. He's like in the sewers and stuff like that. But I do want to take mine off, so that's what I'm doing. And just in the areas I think that glue should be off. So you guys see how easy that was to take off with the makeup wipe. That's how easy it is when you're trying to take it off on your brow. The glue is not going to mess up your brows. I promise you it won't. Alright, so I'm going to go off camera, do the other brow, and I will be right back. So now that we have those brows set, we're going to go in with white paint on the face. Using that same Maron palette that I've used before, that big Maron paint palette. It has stuff on it, so I am not going to show you guys what it looks like, but you guys have seen them in my other videos, so you know what I'm talking about. Just spraying my paint with water here, since it is a water activated paint. And I'm going to go in with a paintbrush, of course, and just start painting my face. They do sell these kinds of paints separately. If you just want to use certain colors, you don't have to get the whole palette. The whole palette is a little on the pricier side. I know I had a question about that before. This one runs for about $100, but having it this first year, it has definitely helped a lot with all these Halloween makeup tutorials. And it's great because it comes with 3 white shades, so that way, you know, you won't run out, because usually white and black are the ones that you're going to use the most for most Halloween looks, at least. Like I said, it is on the pricier side, but it is going to last you. And if you do like want to do tutorials like this, it's definitely a good one to have. I didn't mind having to spend that amount of money to buy it because I knew that I was going to put it to good use. But they do sell them separately. They also do have cream if you don't like the water base. I don't know that they have a cream palette. I have a cream palette, but it's not the same colors that are on those. I have this one. Then has the white, of course, the black and the grays, and the skin tone colors on it. So if you guys are looking, you know, on the Mehron website, I know they also sell Mehron makeup on Amazon. They do sell this kind of makeup on there as well. I think it's about the same price it is on Amazon as it is on the actual Mehron website. So just throwing that out there in case you guys want to do anything like this or for next year or something, I don't know. They are definitely good and they last forever. Obviously I've done this whole month of looks and every color that I've used has worked out great. I did almost run out of the yellow because of March, but like I said, you can buy the individual ones if you guys don't want the whole thing. I do really like them. There's also a different brand, I can't remember, Swaroo or something, Snazaroo or something like that, I think it's called, that has this kind of like Halloween makeup. Because when you buy the paints from like the Spirit store or Party City or whatever you go to get your Halloween stuff, those ones are not gonna look like this. Because I even have some still from a few years back. And those paints that they give you in those are not gonna look like this at all. Unfortunately, I know they have them there, but if you're really wanting to go all out and create something cool, these are gonna be your best bet. These ones or the Snazaroo ones are gonna be it. Also, I know Makeup Forever, I believe, has that flash palette. That flash palette is like $100. I do have the ones from Amazon. Can't remember how much those were, but I do have those flash palettes, and those are really nice too. The only thing about these is that they are cream. So I have this one that looks pretty much just like the Makeup Forever one, and then I also have this one. This one's like more skin tone colors and reds and berries and stuff like that. But I like both of these. Wet n Wild has good palettes, like this one. This one and the other one that I used before my other video. I think I showed them to you guys. I think NYX just came out with some this year that I hadn't seen before. But these are the Wet n Wild ones that I have. So this is what this one looks like. And this one, I definitely use this one a lot. Actually, if you guys have been following me long enough, I used this palette for my Grinch look that I did for Christmas a few years back. So just so you know, you have options. You don't necessarily have to get these ones, but the ones that they do sell at like a Spirit store or the Party City stores or whatever, those paints are not so great. They are on the cheaper side. That is true, but if you want more of a actual coverage and stuff like that, they're not going to provide that for you. You have to go in with a ton of paint with those. The reason I know is because I've done my stuff with that before I knew anything about Mehron or NYX or Makeup Forever or anything like that. Like, you use pretty much the whole tube of the white one in that thing. The ones from the Halloween stores and stuff like that. I'm just saying. I am going to go with some of the white cream in here once this dries out a little bit. Just so you guys know what I'm talking about, what I mean with the creams from the spirit store and stuff like that. These are the ones that I'm talking about. This one, this one. These are not that great. You're going to use the whole tube up instead of just a little bit. So just so you know, you're wondering why maybe your makeup is not lasting or doesn't look like this with those creams. It's because it's not the same. Right now I'm just making sure everything looks nice and even. I'm gonna put that on there. It doesn't matter because I'm gonna paint it black anyway. I'm just gonna go off camera, powder my face, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so now that I have powdered my face, I am going to go in with my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Black Bean. This is just a black liner, and I'm going to put it all over my lid to start making everything black. Not everything, but mostly everything. And then I'm just going to blend out with my finger here. Okay, just like that, and I'm also going to bring it down here. Also gonna tight line with this here. I am just smudging it with my finger. Okay, and now I'm gonna do the same thing to this side, obviously. And it is okay if it's messy, doesn't matter. He is a crazy ass clown. So it doesn't have to look good. I'm gonna go in with a black shadow, just any black shadow. I'm using the James Charles palette, but I'm gonna go in with this black one. You can use any black shadow you have at home. Don't need to use this one. My black shadow brush. Just gonna quote right on top of all that black that I put down. So it's not creasing or anything, and the cream stays on. I'm gonna put a little bit of red also, just a little bit, but we'll do that with a smaller brush. I am gonna take a smaller brush to do the stuff underneath of my eye, just because that one's a little too big for the bottom lash line. So just like that, making it all dark and black layer, nothing else to it. It'll start coming together here shortly. I know right now it doesn't look like much, but you gotta trust the process. It will get there. We just haven't got there yet. I'm gonna make sure that that's all nice and coated with black so it does not crease anywhere. And same thing here. I am gonna go with a little bit of the red in here, which is this one right there, and just around the eye a little bit. Too much, just so it gives it some kind of shape out there. And I am gonna go over it here as well. I am also going to bring it down here and a little bit over here, just a tiny bit. It's just gonna fade into the black here. I'm not gonna put too much red in there, just leaving it like this. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I know Pennywise does not have red eyeshadow on, it's just black, but I just throw a little of my twist into it like I do with most looks. Now the part that makes Pennywise, we are going to do that real quick here. We're gonna start with the lips and then take it out. So with the lip part, I do want to use a liquid lipstick. I am going to do a little bit of black too in the outer corners, just like right here maybe. I'm going to do this one. This is the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in the shade Kitten Heels. My reference photo. So his lips are the top ones are small, bottom ones are longer. So that's what we're going to do. I actually kind of want to go in with a pencil first, just to line it out first quick, and then we'll go in with the actual lipstick. This is from Sephora. This is the Pardon My French. So I'm gonna try to draw my lip lower than usual. Like this, and the top is very small. I am going underneath of my actual lip line, and it's okay that I'm doing this part out because it's gonna go out anyways. So now that we go in with this, I'm gonna fill in the middle. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Revlon one. This one is in the shade, I don't know, but it's just a red lipstick. It's so old that I can't see the name of it anymore. We're done with that part. I'm gonna get some paint now, some red paint, and going to do the rest of the lip and all of that jazz. Put some water on my red paint here. Okay, so we're making that more into a corner there. You guys can see that. I'm just gonna clean off this brush, go back in with the black, and create some eyebrows. Now he doesn't actually have eyebrows. He has more like a line thing, but since we can't do that, we are gonna make him some eyebrows. Gonna go back in with the red and create the little thing here. Now we're gonna go in with some eyeshadows and make this a little more, I don't know, give it some dimension. I feel like it looks too flat. Alright, I'm gonna go in with some black shadows, maybe some brown ones, to give this a little more depth. So I am gonna go in with some black here, and I'm gonna add it here. Put it right there. Yeah, I'm trying to blend it in with my finger so it doesn't look like it's too harsh there. There we go. We're gonna put a little bit of blood on there anyway, so it's just a little more depth. It looks kind of plain. I'm also gonna add it coming down a little bit. Just a tiny bit. And I'm gonna try to blend that out a little. Makes it look cooler, actually. You guys see that? I think it looks cooler that way. I'm gonna do this here too, just with whatever I have on my brush, and then blending it. And then here. And then here. Just a bit Definitely gives it more dimension to the look. We are going to put a little bit of blood here and there. Alright, I did want to show you guys this box real quick as well. This box has everything that you need if you're wanting to do some SFX makeup. If you guys see all that chunk in there, except for this, of course, it's just a little cutting knife. Look at all that stuff there. That is something else that I got from Maron. This is not sponsored, by the way. I'm just telling you guys all the stuff that I have. If you guys are like wanting to create any of these looks, you have putty in here where you can make like skin, like, you know, stuff like that. There's spirit gum in here. There's liquid latex. There's all kinds of stuff in here that you guys can create stuff with. So I'm gonna take my sponge here, the sponge that looks like this. I'm gonna take that sponge and I'm gonna grab the blood here. This is the Stage Blood syrup. Now this one is really sticky, but it definitely is very cool to put on, especially when you stipple it on with the sponge. I'll show you guys here real quick. You guys see that? It looks like blood splatter on there. It's definitely awesome. I love this. I'm gonna put some on other parts of my face. Like right there. And I'm gonna put it up there as well. And up here. And then I will put it up here. I'm just putting it in random places. There's one that makes your teeth black, but I don't think I have that one. No. Well, they're gonna be what they're gonna be. I am going to put a little bit of blood on them here at the end of the video, but I'm going to be using this one. This is the Maron Tooth FX. It's just this little tiny bottle here. And I'm going to just put it on the teeth a little bit here in a little second. Once you guys see the finished result, this one is Squirt Blood. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go off camera, put on the costume, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I did go ahead and add the nose because I almost forgot about it. Just a little blood here and there. This is actually just a tutu that I got from the Spirit Halloween store, and I added, of course, the blood here that's dripping, and the black and grayish looking stuff is actually just paint. I'm wearing just a regular shirt. This is supposed to be a pirate shirt that I found at the Spirit store, but I just bought the shirt on its own. You can always just buy the costume as well, the Pennywise costume, if that's what you want to do. And then I did try to do the hair, but I didn't have a wig for this look, so I just kind of tried to paint it orange a little bit. So this is what it looks like, and then I just put little buns on and then spray paint my hair orange, and I did put a little bit of paint over it as well. So that is the finished look, guys. My take on a Pennywise look. I hope that you did enjoy it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see you on my next one. Toodles! Oh, so gross. That stuff tastes gross.